West, y'all.
All right, welcome everybody to another episode of the Empty Out the Clip podcast, the EOTC. I'm Cams, and I'm here in the heart of West Auckland with the brothers, Lady and Eddie. What's up, Usos?
What's up, bro? See you
All right.
back, coach.
Yeah. All right, let's get into our, the drill, boys. Let's get into our shout-outs. Let's go, Eddie.
Shout out to PJ Jordan, Alex and Juliana at Westside Fitness. I went back on Friday and trained with them. It was good. Shout out to my listening boys, Seth, Nick, Alex, Graham, Vaughan, Dave, Tiny, and happy birthday to my boy Waylon. And I forgot to shout out these guys last week, but Sam and LJ, because we always watch NRL together. So shout out to them boys.
Shout outs, I got a semi-long list. First of all, shout out to the Podsby Prems, to Noni and Conrad and the boys making it to the final. They went down to the Northcote Tigers. Good effort from the boys. I know pre-season they were doing it tough, but managed to make their final. Shout outs to the Richmond Bulldogs, man. First title in a while. It's been a minute since Grayland's seen some nice cutlery in the cabinets down there at Grayland Park. It's probably something worth keeping the club open if all the neighbours are complaining about all the noise coming down there from the grounds. Another shout out to the bro Sid Smells and his hangar up north, and to his boy Mason. So Mace won the Samoa Open Squash tournament last weekend. Yeah, so he is, I think he's placed 194 overall in the world, but he's Samoa's number one. So congratulations on that title win, Neff. Another one's to my cousin Junior Tefono Ginielu and his family. And then huge condolences to all my family out south. So shout outs to my little cousins Lisa and Tai Mapuso, and organising Uncle Rob's funeral. Another shout outs to the cousins Takama, Tito, Tara, Azisipu, and Uncle Sione, who I saw this afternoon out of Mangry. And the last one's out to the custom fiscal team for bringing him to dub over there. So I don't know if you know the history of the grammar and custom games. They usually get down to the wire. So I was one of those old boys who stayed home and watched all the league that was happening on live TV because there wasn't a live stream for the rugby. And I like this guy, but now it's pleasing to see the boys actually through with the dub and get solidified that we're still worthy, even though we can't buy the talent. We can still breed it out west and still hold our place in New Zealand rugby. Now they wrapped up my shout out.
Nice. So make shout out to Henry, Nicholas, and the boys at Richmond. Just like you said, congratulations on the win of the Fox Memorial. And yeah, just good to have that. It's a shield, eh? Is it a shield?
Yeah, man. It's
shield down in Grayland Park again. But we'll touch more of the sports and other sports because it was a good weekend of sports, man. Yeah, man, just normal shout out to all the listeners of the West Network and the listeners of this podcast, the Empty Out the Clip podcast. Go check out our Facebook group page on Facebook. It's a private page, so if you get in, you just answer the 3 questions and you'll get in and your chance to throw up some articles or comments, and we can talk about it on the podcast. And also check us out, the West Network, on our website, www.westwestnet.com. And also you can check out our sports magazine, our blog magazine, West Sports is on there as well. Also will be hard copies at local supermarkets out West Auckland. You can grab a copy there too. It's a monthly edition, so next edition will be out next month, September. Yeah, man. How's your week, boys? How's your week been? Start with you, Eddie.
That's been good, eh? Just trying to slowly get back into the gym after my operation. So yeah, just doing the physio and whatnot, and just enjoying watching my nephew play. For what it matter, under 10. So today they played the Japanese contingent that came over from Japan. So that was pretty good. Just a bit jealous that this guy did it international before I did. But yeah, it's just been a chilled week. Spending time with the boys. I'll mention a food review later. But yeah, it's just been good.
Shout out, bro. How about you? How's your week been?
Oh man, it's been heavy, because one of my mum's brother-in-laws passed away on Tuesday night, and it's when like when you follow people on Facebook, and then those updates don't carry over on Insta, and because I only follow certain people on Insta and Facebook, not on the same, like if they're on a joint page, I'll just follow one page. When I found out my uncle had passed away, I was like pretty devastated today, because I know work with me has been like real on my ass about having days off and stuff. But uncle's been part of the King Cobra's fucking more than 50 years, man. He's one of the OGs. Like, he literally, like, the street ate him up, and he found refuge in the club. And the fact that we weren't updated, I suppose, is probably because maybe my girl cousins are, they're young ladies now, they're adults, and they took the lead on everything. But it was good, man. Like, at least my cousin, she sort of like apologized for not replying, because she must have thought that I was being tagged and stuff, but I wasn't. And then she said, "Oh, I don't actually come through, because like there was only just public notices." But yeah, I went over with my sister today, just dropped off some lunch, and then handed over an envelope, and I was just happy that we got to have uncle, like, he's at home. He wasn't sitting at the funeral parlor like I assumed he was. And it's just awesome, because the girls, this is their second funeral now, and it's just like, sort of like a passing of the time, like, you've done your farewells at your age. The other cousins are starting to grow up and take the lead on stuff as well. So it's just nice to be able to just go have a cup of tea and not have to worry about anything. But now I've got that papole about how I'm gonna try and show face at the funeral and make it back at work on time, because yeah, it's just, that's the only thing that's been bothering me. But my week's been good, bro. Like, I ended up, I don't know if I shared this last week, but I had some leftover sheets of corrugated iron, and I ended up putting it over the. But see, how the last few days have been windy, right? How about this fob just goes and just lays all the sheets? And I was thinking to myself, they're too heavy to fly away. All I could hear was like someone, like when someone's got a sheet of metal and they're shaking it like this, it's making that noise. And like about 2 a.m, I'm watching Empty Out the Clip old runs of, like, some of the topics we spoke about with ours. And I could hear that noise. I was like, the fuck is that noise coming from? I lay low, low, come down, and the sheets is like, it's actually about this time. I was like, fuck. But I mean, lucky, because like down the back there, I've got some steel plates, 20 kg. So like, I just grabbed the base for the umbrella and chucked that on top. So like, it was my muffler. So here's me at like 2 a.m. trying to put these weights on top of the sheets, like, at least so it's just holding the sheets down. Oh, man, I was like, what a sauce of a man. Who does that, eh? Like, just go lays the sheets there. 6-meter sheets. And I was thinking to myself, oh, what a dumb, bro. That was probably my uncle just went, Chanda, you haven't locked the freaking screws down, mate. So I ended up going out and just, try to put as many weights as I could on top, stop it from flying away. But nah, today was good. I hate that I catch up with my first cousins at like funerals, or like at like a meeting, and it's not like a good meeting, The last time I saw them was my auntie's unveiling, which was a while back. But yeah, nah, it's just this week feels like I've just been walking under a cloud, knowing that my uncle's not here with us anymore, because he's he's Tongan, but it's like he's one of those Tongan men that doesn't sit still. Like, if anything, if I show up to his house, he's like still doing the umu, like he's that guy, I say, uncle, go, sit down, But he's like, nah, he's like, he's doing more work than most of my little cousins. In my head, I'm going, he's a freaking guy, man, But he's like legend, like he's always been known like that. Like, the only time he'd probably sit down is if my old man would say, Rob, how are we getting off? We'll talk, and then he'd probably like have a big, it's like a hard ass day, and he's got a big glass ass mug of coffee in his hand, and he's drinking it, So, he'd be heavily missed by all of us, man, because, man, my auntie loved him, and he looked after my aunties, so many years. So, yeah, still trying to digest today, but it feels so raw. But now I'm just glad that I got Empty Out the Clip to sort of like, heal my wounds and, do my part to remember those who were passed on. So, yeah, I appreciate being here and seeing you guys on the space, man,
Yo.
Charles. condolences to you and your family, bro.
Yo.
I appreciate it, boys. I got some breaking news too, by the way. So there's a little touch up on what happened yesterday. Apparently, the Vivavela was turned off after a minute, and the boys were having a kaele. There was no aftermatch, and they were trying to tell the Galesone supporters to go stand on the field instead of on the concrete. And that's not in the spirit of college sport. So you want to elaborate about that later on? There goes, there's some breaking news. Like,
Wow.
shake my head, man. Like, if that's not sore losers, I don't know what it is. Oh, man. But there you go.
No good, man.
Yeah, man, I had a good weekend. Just usual, go to work, come back home, try to do some writing, and I did go to the movies on Friday night with Eric. Went to watch the Aliens Romulus. So here's the thing, right? So we're gonna try go watch a movie every week, or if there's anything good, and then come straight to my place and do a podcast. Like, try to get the first reaction. So anything that, because you don't have to think about you don't really get time to think about it, because I think the trip from the movie theater to our homes is like within an hour, right? So that's what we did on Friday night. We went to the 9 o'clock session, finished about 11:30. I shot back home. Eric shot back home. We came online and recorded the podcast. So it was a bit of a reaction to how we felt about the film. But so we tried to talk about it in the first 20 minutes without any spoilers, and then after that we'll do a break, and then we'll do spoilers, and then we'll talk about the film. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. You don't because it's only an hour in between jumping on the mics and finishing the movie. You don't really get whatever comes to your head is just the surface. It's only a surface level of review, and I think it's you get different things. You get a different point of view that way. Like, you don't spend time like a day to think about it and find new gems and that kind of stuff. Like, because what it does, I think it captures whatever stands out the most after you watch the film. Like, you don't get a chance to think about it, and that's the best thing. So I think what I'm gonna do is maybe we do a reaction podcast. I wouldn't call it the reaction podcast, where it's like we don't get time to think about it. We just have to go jump at the mics and talk about it. Yeah. Just what comes off the top of your head. And then maybe a week later, we'll do a deep dive podcast, because we've already had a week to think about it. Like, we can talk about we can go deep into it and talk about it for another hour. So I think there's something there. I think there's something there. So I know I might ask Eric if he wants to try that out.
Nice.
It's fun to do, eh? It's really fun to do, man. I love it, eh? So that was on Friday. Didn't do much in the weekend. Just chilled. Yesterday, I was trying to because I'm still on the family Biggest Loser. Been trying to not eat as much, and if I eat, just have one portion, small portions, and fuck, it's hard, man. And I only lost. I weighed myself because last week I gained, so I had to pay the $5 sala. This week I went back, so no sala this week, but I lost 100 grams from last week. So
more battles, man.
Yeah, gotta get the small wins. So 2 more weeks of the Biggest Loser challenge, and that's the thing when you think about Biggest Loser challenges. Like, you do it for 12 weeks or 8 weeks or 20 weeks or whatever how long it is. And then at the end of it, you just go back to your normal eating KFC every week sort of thing. Like, I think the point is for these Biggest Loser challenges is to finish it, but there should be enough time for you to carry on as a lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the point of the Biggest Loser challenge. Guys that do Biggest Loser challenge all the time, or people that do it every. Do you know why they're doing it every time? Because you're not keeping up with it after you finish the first Biggest Loser. You got to do another one. So I don't know. That's my view. But yeah, man. Saturday just stayed home to watch some sports. Watched the Auckland and Otago game. I think that was on Friday. Was that on Friday? Yeah, that was on Friday. The Warriors Seagulls I missed because I had to go to the movies, but I watched the replay on Saturday morning. Yeah, and I was about to go to the Auckland Grabber and Caston game, but it didn't start. It didn't start raining outside, so I changed my mind. But it would have been a good game to go to, just to support local rugby. When the stakes are high, when it's semi-final, and 1A, it's it's going to be pretty exciting to watch. But yeah, and then today just watched the UFC. Man, shot those last three matches, they're all Kiwi matches. Dan Hooker he won by points. They went the full 3 rounds, and Kai Kara France he knocked them out in the first round. Yeah, man, and unfortunately, Izzy he lost his fight. He was choked out. He had to tap out because he was just got caught in a chokehold. But that was after like the other guy, the Duplessis guy, he had like 3 or 4 attempts of trying to put him down, but all 3 times Izzy he got out of it. So yeah, that last time like he got caught, had to tap out. So yeah,
They
man.
had an ugly press conference too,
Yeah.
Where I think Izzy like was Hika like 0 to 100, like you didn't know my effing story, man.
Because he was crying, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was doing those ones, after you get a hiding and they tell you not to cry.
damn.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, and jumped on into the clip. Now I'm here, so yeah, it's been a good week. Okay, boys. Nice. Let's get into our topic. So, bloody hit the government again. Like, when we talk about the government, some shit's going down every time we talk about the government. But this week, man, they brought out their new sanctions for beneficiaries, man. Like, I'll tell you the truth, I'll be honest, like all my life I've never been on the benefit. All my life I've always been working, doing some job. So I probably don't know what the process is. I don't know how much they get or anything like that. Yeah, so I don't know. When it comes to trying to get people jobs and trying to get incentive for people to work or move up in the world, I'm all for that, So I don't know what the answer is to get people to do that, but it is a subject that's doesn't go away. I mean, this new sanction thing that the government has brought up, the traffic light system, that's just a version of what's been happening ever since I was born, man. Like, I don't know what the real answer is to this social welfare thing we've got, but I know one thing: we can't be like America, where they shit on the poor over there.
Yeah,
For the most richest country in the world, like America, they got a hell of a lot of poor people.
Yeah.
And they don't care about them. They just leave them behind. Like, oh, you didn't do anything too bad. You're living on the streets. The homeless over there in America is like, we can't go that way. We can't get to that spot, man. But I know, man. Your thoughts, boys?
Well, I had a look at the system, and it's basically if you don't meet your obligations, you'll be chucked in either orange or red. Red meaning that it'll be severely reduced. Orange will be like reduced that at certain amounts. But I think there's already systems in place already. If you don't meet your obligations to, go making a profile for Seek or whatnot, or job seeker, that you will be reduced on that. So I feel like they're kind of just relabeling what they're already doing now just to attract attention to it. Yeah, I think they're just misdirecting people's attention to something else. Like it's just a smokescreen. It's just, yeah. I had a look at it. It just seems like it's already in place, but they just put it under a different name and banner. It's just, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I know when it comes to every time the government mentions a traffic light system, that's the red flag right there, man. Like you got a taste of that during COVID, traffic light system and COVID.
Yeah.
Now something that's unpopular with the COVID. What happened with COVID, with the laws the government were doing during COVID time, that was so hella unpopular, and that was the demise of the Labour Party, right? And it was a traffic light system. Now they're gonna use the traffic light system again for beneficiaries, man. Now you can't. Labour gave traffic light system a bad name. Now they're gonna use traffic light system for this. It's like shucks.
Well, I don't know if they like I saw what Flippo posted about like how do we get people off benefits and like what sort of support systems there are. But I mean, I remember when I moved back from Australia, there was because I hadn't worked in New Zealand, but I was just while I was sort of waiting for something to come up because I was trying to do a builder's course at the time, but they put me on this short course called Work Track, and it was solely just to sort of like keep you busy while they paid you to go do your a course. Like it was like 4 times a week, and it was like maybe 2 hours. But in order to get the benefit, which was sort of like a student allowance at the time, you had to show up. Like if you didn't show up, then they weren't gonna pay you for that day. It was something like $102 just to show up. So it worked out to be like just under $22 a day or something. But they provide breakfast and lunch. But that course, I noticed like people that were sitting in that course with me, like with people who hadn't been, or they'd been off work for more than like 2 or 3 years. They either got made redundant, or they felt like they couldn't hold down a job longer than 6 months. Because I know, like, if you're struggling, like, say for example, if you write a letter to your case manager who takes you on and wants to try and give you some sort of like financial assistance, right? If you're not gonna get to like Salvation Army or stand at Auckland City Mission, you're obviously gonna fall into a category where you need some sort of financial assistance. Like if you eat an emergency housing, or if you're not paying, if you're not in, like even in a housing place, your cost of living is gonna be like through the roof, right? Like you ain't gonna be able to afford. So I don't know whether the traffic light systems is fit for like people who say got to start from scratch, like haven't had a job since they left school, or they haven't been the breadwinner, so they've been home looking after kids, or they've been looking after their parents. That's not gonna tick any of that for those people who are doing like stuff like that. Like, you know, a lot of us PIs look after our parents. There was a time where you just stayed home and you had the unemployment benefit. Now you could actually apply for funding that you are the sole care of your parents, and you get paid for it, you know, and it's sort of like a job. But all this has done is sort of like, how about it's just gonna scrap all of that shit, and if you're capable of working, it'll be at the most reduced hours, like, and it'll be less than minimum wage. So probably gone are the accommodation supplements and the top ups for people who can't survive. Like, if you imagine if I was getting $100 back in the day for showing up for four classes, and my rent was like $350, how the fuck does that work? So you want Wednesday at least top you up a bit, right? But I mean, how do I apply for that funding if I'm on the job seek, trying to find somewhere to stay, or trying to find some sort of means of getting an income because there's no jobs? Like, if you look at like the averages of how many people are applying for a job, there's like more than 100 candidates trying to apply for the same job. This is like where you're seeing like people with trades, like uni degrees, trying to apply for like even like substantial, like, you know, like early entrance stuff, like stuff that anyone can do. And that's not even like minimum wage. Like, yeah, this is sort of like a joke, man. This is solely just to make their books look good, right? If they're trying to clean up whatever debts there, and this is just another way of saying, fuck, okay, we can cost that $1.5 million that gets chucked at all the unemployed benefit people, then we can free up that money. Okay, we got more money to spend elsewhere. Or I think they're just doing it just to clear their debts, or debts left from the last government. That's what it looks like to me.
No, 100%, lady. Because even the government were doing massive job cuts.
Yeah,
Like, how many jobs did they cut?
just within government, eh?
Yeah, and I just had a look here. This is from RNZ. They interviewed Chris Hipkins. He said that he took one sector alone, so there's 18,000 fewer jobs. But if you look at the building and construction sector, there are 6,000 fewer jobs now than when Labour was in government. So that's like how you're just compounding a massive issue, you know, causing unemployment, and then you're just going to add this traffic light system. It's something's fishy, man.
It's
Mind you, the banks have put down the ORC now, so a little bit. It's good news for homeowners, you know, if the interest rate's going down, and good for business too. Like, they can afford to pay off stuff now and have more money in their pocket, which is good for the economy. So you figured, like, you know, the higher ups could spend more money now for projects. We're talking about building and that, you know, like more money is freed up for more building projects, which means more labor, so more jobs. So
But
Yeah, man.
that's something small. It's like, you know how you're saying that, like the cost of living and stuff like that. Like, even if that was say like 1% or 3%, that's just gonna get moved somewhere else. Like, you know, for someone who's paying like a mortgage, right? Your interest might be less, but fucking knowing the government and the way the council works, your fucking land rates just went up another 2%, and that's annually. So, okay, they put the price of gas down. Oh, cool, you're gonna save money. Or fuck, guess what? The rubbish used to be like $7 for a rubbish tag, now $9, and you add that times what 52 times a week. Fuck, it's like, what about that little green rubbish bin that we didn't ask for, and now you gotta pay $75 that comes out of your land rates? It's like, what the fuck? So it's just another way of saying, okay, look, we're gonna cut costs here. That's gonna be fixed. It's just to make the books look pretty, man.
Yeah.
So when they can go into the next, the last term, and they be like, look, this is what we cut, and this is how we've done it, and give us a round of applause because we're gonna stay in for another term. Like, fuck, that's what they've done, man. It's just moved the bullshit and then made it a lot prettier by just hiding it up.
I think the most disturbing thing about this story was when they reported what the reaction to the, I don't know the name, the Minister of Social Welfare or whatever her name is. She was asked, so what happens if the sanctions involve an entire benefit getting cut for someone? What happens to that person? She said, oh, I don't know.
They have no idea, bro.
I have no idea.
Exactly. What kind of bullshit answer is that, man? Like,
wow,
Shit.
man.
you know what that is? That's just out of sight, out of mind ones. It's like,
Yeah.
there's two doors, right? There's one that goes to hell and the other one that goes to hell. It's like, which door do you go through? So you open both of them and see which way it goes. It's fucking, they didn't give a fuck, man.
Yeah.
It's putting it simple way.
I feel like they're just trying to please their voter base, you know, by flinging these policies out. But they're not policies that can equate to a solution.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just
exactly.
issues. It's like, oh, come on, man.
Because if you think about what the complaints that they're feeding the people that have the same complaints all the time, like they know they say they call people on benefit, like if they don't want to get a job, they call them deadbeats, or you know they're not applying themselves, they're lazy, they don't want to do anything for society, they'd rather just grab the money and stay home.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a lot of people like that out there that think that, and that's who they're catering for with this traffic light system, like making it so hard, introducing all these sanctions. I think one of the sanctions was if you don't go look for a job for 12 months, if you haven't found a job within 12 months, then you're gonna get a red light, eh?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
It stays on your record longer. So if you don't do it now, you get a remand for about a year. Now they're gonna extend it to 2 years. So it's like,
yeah, but you're right. There needs to be a proper solution. I mean, it's all about incentive, right? If you make people who are on the benefit, if you give them a better incentive to why do you need to get a job, obviously because it pays more than being on the benefit, right? So does that mean it needs to be a balance? Does the benefit need to be a place where just to survive, just survival mode, and if you want extra, you need to get a job? Like if the benefit is all about a roof over your head, 3 meals a day, you know, that's pretty much basic a basic survival for any family, right? If the benefit pays your rent, if the benefit pays for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for your entire family, and that's it.
yeah.
And then if you want any extra, like trips to trip around the world, or a new car, or brand new TV, then you should get a job, like, because you obviously get more money. Like, I think, I don't know, because you know you see on social media all these skits about having all these jokes about being on social welfare, like you get free money. It's all about free money, and you can just be on the piss and you know do what you want, you know, without working. Even when it comes on, like there's that scene on Once a Warriors when Jake Hickey he lost his job, and then he goes, "Oh nah, I'm on the benefit. That's all right. It's only $100 less, or $50 less, or something like that." You know, so I think there needs to be incentive, but it's a problem it's the same story for social welfare ever since I knew, you know, like it's never it's a way if you want more, you gotta find a job. I think. But I know there was one of the sanctions that put half your weekly benefit onto a card, which can be only used at certain supermarkets. So yeah, but it's coming from this government. Like it all sounds like just a way to up the numbers, eh?
I cracked up at one time. Luxon was talking about how he did his shopping, and they asked him how much he spent. He goes,
Oh, yeah.
it's just $60. Like that comment itself is so out of touch. Like I would love to go and shop where he shops to get $60 worth of groceries, like, and that'll be enough for my family for a week. That's hell no. Like it's crazy. Like these political parties are so out of touch. They just want to one up each other all the time. You know, it's just these policies are just grabbing at popularity votes. Actually,
yeah. I remember hearing about, and I always hear this about Indians, how they do it, because you see, like 2 or 3 families live in one home, 5-bedroom, 6-bedroom home, and they all cram in and live there, and then they just save, and then they save up enough money to buy another house, and then they do it like that, you know. But they're also sacrificing as well. Like they're eating nothing but rice and curry, man. Like, you know, they sacrifice all this good stuff just for the time being to save up some money to move up. You know, you hear stories like that all the time, especially with the Hinkias. So yeah, I think it's different lifestyles, eh, when it comes to
Different lifestyles.
how you want to do it. And that's what this government fails to understand. And we're going to touch on this too, because it leads on to our next topic, how the Auckland City Council has done the new alcohol laws. But yeah, man, I'm sick of these rules that just come out of the blues and think they know us, you know, but they don't.
yeah, they need to be creating more jobs, not more problems.
Yeah, but I ask you guys, what's the worst thing that can happen out of this traffic light system?
I think the people that really do need the money and are unable to meet the obligations, you know, i.e., they can't travel to the job, or they have a family member that's sick and they end up falling through the cracks, and there's no other way of income, and then they turn to sources that are, you know, like stealing, or, you know, something that they'll add to the crime. You know, it's like, man, when you're desperate for money, just to survive, bro, you're willing to do whatever it takes for your family. And I feel like, you know, the gangs and the patches will take advantage of that, you know? Like, you're just playing into them, pretty much.
Yeah, I feel it's the scary part that you don't have that net to sort of fall back on if you do need the help, you know? Like if you need wins because you're medically unable to go to work and you need the top up, or like one of your family members is, like, say if your missus had cancer and you got by all means you can't physically go to work and you don't want to put her in like a private hospital or anything. And like, what is there out there? There's nothing to actually help you get through. Like, say if you can't lean on family, or you got no family and you need some financial support, you'd think that as being a taxpayer of the country, you should be able to lean on something where the government's got departments to sort of lend you that hand. But I mean, if this traffic light system's gonna go about and you don't even tick any of those on any of those lists, fuck, how uncomfortable are you gonna feel in your own country, man? Like,
Yeah.
that's got to be a wake up call. But it's just amazing that you can read this stuff. But now that they've removed all the news, it's like, where are you gonna see this? Or you won't see it. You'll hear about it. Someone will be saying, "Oh fuck, I just had my benefit cut. Fuck, I'm on the corner now, fucking busking for money or stealing shit from the shops because I can't afford it." You know?
Yeah, I think it was poor form when her name's Upston. That's her name. When she said, "Oh, I'm not sure." Like when it came to what happens next, not sure. That's not good enough, man. You can't. Yeah, just like you said, you can't let people slip through the cracks, man. And not sure is a big crack right there.
Yeah.
It seems like she needs to put her chin out like this. You get lined up for an uppercut, man. Alright.
Sounds like a nominee for Uppercut of the Week. I think.
It has to be.
Nominee right there.
Yeah, one right there, man.
So, boys, any last words on that? Okay, moving on. So, man, I'm lucky. I'm 46 years old. I'm not drinking like I used to back in my 20s. Because this new law that's come out shut down on alcohol at the supermarkets for at 9 p.m. I would have been scratching my head when I was 25, man. Like, what the hell?
No more. Yo, let's get a box last minute.
Let's get a bottle last minute. Drive all the way to Linfield because there's the only one open.
Yo,
Um,
Linfield or City.
Linfield or Point Chef.
Yo, oh, Point Sheriff. God.
Drive drunk.
So,
Remember before it was 11, it was past. It was like when those ones are open till 12, eh? So you can
yeah.
purchase it at 12 before midnight.
There
Ah,
was a shop that used to open after midnight. It wasn't far from the old World
oh,
Brewery building.
so
Right,
it
we
was
still,
a
I said there.
black market, eh? Black market was it?
There's the private handshake to get in.
So, not the first name basis, eh?
But that's a good point, Eddie. Like,
Yeah.
surely there's gonna be some black markets licking their lips, say now you can't buy alcohol after 9 p.m.
Well, there's a black market for everything, man. It's like this law is gonna like these rules are just gonna like make it worse because like I know there's places out there that even sell like cigarettes from China at a super cheap rate, you
Ooh.
know, to counter the tobacco taxes. So it's like alcohol is just gonna be around the corner, man. And if you're buying from these secondary sources, you know, how do you know it's safe to drink at the same time? It's I don't know. They don't trust us anymore now, man.
Yeah, I looked at this article and I was thinking, man, another law comes out that tells me what to do, tells me what I can and can't do.
Mm.
You know, I hate that shit. They did it before with the no smacking law, you know, and they're doing it again with this out of control when we now. Yeah, I get the negative effects and all that. You know, I get it, but we're adults, man.
Mm.
You know, I don't like it when these laws come out and treat us like little kids, man. Like what do they call it, a nanny state.
Yep.
You know, ends up to be a nanny state. Now we can't do shit because you know we might hurt ourselves or kill ourselves or. But you know, it's just people, man. Like people do stupid things sometimes, and you just gotta control those people, not everybody else that gets affected. Like shit, like you know, like. And I come back to the no smacking law because that came out because yeah, we got that because kids were getting killed. But if you talk about disciplinary actions like that with Pacific Islanders, come on, man. That's our bread and butter, man. That's why we're respectful people, man. That's why we respect our orders because we got the fucking. We know the drill when it comes to being naughty as kids, man, and our parents. So, man,
And we're seeing that negative effect now
yeah.
massively. Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Are you for or against the alcohol shutting down at 9? Let's.
I'm for it, bro. I mean, I'll be honest, man. I think if you think about it's not all cultures like not every generation's groomed to being feeling more when it comes to drinking, you know?
Mm.
Like to me, if someone can drink a whole box by themselves and then fall asleep and pee their pants and they're content, that's cool, man. But I mean, how often do you want to see that? Like you don't see that. Like to me, I've seen some of my friends get legless and you know, it's almost like what's the point? Like for me, that's how I found it. I found that if I started drinking and I'm doing the all nighter, then I'm almost feel like I'm sober again. But I'm probably like if I blew into a breakfast, I'll probably be over the limit, you know. And then I thought about what a waste of money. That is a waste of money, man. And I think about like the drugs, like you know, weed versus alcohol. I'm actually for weed and probably not for the alcohol, only because I've seen what it's done to families. I've seen how people can. I look what Jerome Noah, he wasn't high. He was drunk off his face, man. Like it's just that influence, you know. And I've seen the other side of it, being a dominant as well. I've seen how people can all of us they become Rambo with no shirt on, come back the next week, they don't remember it.
Mm.
So I'd be like, okay, cool. But if he was stoned, he would have just been like, oh, dopey as. So I feel like, nah, we don't, you know, we're not gonna gain anything by staying open another couple of hours. And if anything, we're just making all these big corporations richer, you know.
Mm.
Because if you think about the time you spend drinking and you get yourself shit faced and you can't buy back that time, you know. But that's simply just how I feel.
Yeah.
And I've seen what it's done to families, man. So I'm for the early knockoff, but it'll be interesting because look what they said about smoking. I mean, people need to spend their money, and if it's not on brand new motorbikes or brand new cars, and they want an outlet, fuck, they're gonna say, fucking open the liquor store.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a central shop when we were in lockdown, so we know, okay, the government's not gonna lock us out of the liquor store.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just like, yeah, if I was to, I'm for it, because I'm actually for the like the not selling in our supermarkets out west.
Supermarkets, yeah.
Just imagine if they started doing that shit out west, bro. All the liquor, all the pack and saves, and all the Woolworths have been getting robbed. I mean, you see people doing it with empty trolleys now, or trying to take out a trolley. Like, imagine if there was liquor in those, man. You have a different point of view on it, I feel.
Have we already seen the 2-1 guys robbing the
Well,
Onihanga Woolworths with the
312
two
baby,
boxes
baby,
of
got even more
Heineken?
famous, bro. Exactly,
It even went viral.
It went viral. Went viral.
Do you reckon, Litty, that there should be like maybe like more education to youngsters about controlling consumption of alcohol? More
Yeah,
than
man.
limiting sale, or
Well, because that's not like, because that's not a thing at school, right?
yeah,
But like, if they did do it at school, and then that message was passed on at home, like
Yeah.
my mum, like I was, I'm one of those hypocrisy guys. I drank as a kid,
yeah,
and then I got to the point where someone said to me, "What do you drink?" And it was just a conversation. It's like, well, what do you ask? And it's like, it's a waste of money. And it's like, it is a waste of money. I was like, but if people say, "Bro, it's all you can drink and it's for free,"
yeah,
oh yeah, I'm there. But yeah, but the education around that, man, it's like people. Yeah, we don't what is it? We don't show the lens enough. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like of someone intoxicated.
yeah.
Like we used to do it, splash it all over the screens, and we don't see that anymore. It's more glamorized now.
Mm.
But I mean, look at Jerome Rulay, man. He's glamour number one. He's fucking New South Wales,
Or the
the
best-
man. Toa Samoa, the man. Give him a few beers, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
So if people see more of that, then it's not a pretty thing, because not everyone can handle their person, man.
because the law changes specifies like the freeze on off of new applications for off licenses for newer shops, which I'm for.
Yeah,
But the time, I reckon they should leave the time. The time for me doesn't make a difference. But it's like I remember I was cruising with one of my boys years ago, and we're cruising through south, east, and I noticed there was like 4 or 5 liquor stores
yeah,
on the same street at these really low decile places. And yet when you go to North Shore and that, it wouldn't be liquor stores, it would be like wine bottle shops, and there'll be few in between like restaurants. Like there'd be one here and then you drive for 10 minutes and you go out south, out west, east, it's everywhere, bro. Like some shops will be right next to each other. So it's like,
yeah,
I feel like this law, even if it does have good intentions, it's poking in the wrong direction. Like out of the 23 suburbs, 13 of them were in South Auckland. And the other 10 was like Avondale, Glen Eden, Glen Innes, Helensville, Henderson, Mount Wellington, Oranga, Pamio. It's like, it's specifically targeting our areas, but they were the ones that kind of, the council was the one that gave these licenses out. Yeah.
It's funny, eh?
It's a law with mixed targets.
Yeah, and there should be a law with targets. I mean, here's a good law. How about equal amount of stores in all areas?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
like if you count how many liquor stores
That
there are
would make-
in North Shore, then that's the same amount of liquor stores you
Yeah.
should have in West Auckland, Central, South Auckland, East Auckland.
Yeah.
That's a
It
good
should
law.
be like versus the population. Like, say, if you're counting South Auckland as a whole on their boundary, and they say in South Auckland alone, maybe 360,000 people, allocate like 20 liquor stores to that 360,000, and do it out west as well. Like, if there's a way to even it out, you do it. But like, if you go into Manarero, bro, like every corner, like that's stupid.
It's
man.
crazy.
Literally every corner is like, okay, so you got a dairy. In a
In a liquor
bakery,
store.
in a liquor store. It's like, what the fuck do you need the liquor store for?
And in the supermarket.
It's stupid, bro. But yeah, if it was like evenly, like, put in places where it's not accessible, like how, when they open up a KFC or a McDonald's right next to each other. Like, if it's not like that, then it's worrying, because RAM rating was like, it wasn't on shops, it was on liquor stores as well, man.
Yeah. Well, I think if they're gonna do the 9 p.m. shutdown thing, then there's gonna be obviously maybe more customers at bars around the area. Then, because you can't buy your liquor anymore, you gotta go to a bar. As long as they don't go crazy on the bar prices or stuff like that. But yeah, it's So there's a few things. I'm just looking at it now. So supermarkets and bottle stores can't sell alcohol after 9 p.m. and no more new liquor licenses, for no new
It's like a freeze
liquor stores.
of
Yeah.
license.
A
Yeah.
couple of years.
Yeah. RSAs can't sell alcohol after 9 a.m. No. Yeah, so... But I remember a joke from Chris Rock, one of his stand-ups. He said, man, if you need to buy something at 3 a.m., it's not going to be for anything positive. I was like, true that, man.
That's silly.
But then, when I think about when I was going out back in the days, man, we could afford to stay out after midnight, man. I don't know how people can stay out after midnight still spending money at the bar, man. Like, how much those beers cost now, man? Over $10, $12, 15? Shit.
Remember the days 3 for 12, man. 3 for 12. $40. Holy.
Huh.
2 in the front pocket.
Ginger bar Wednesday nights, $2
3 in each
bourbons.
hand, 3 to each hand. You're the man. Bang.
The pasta's coming out, eh?
That's what I mean. It's like 9 o'clock's early enough, man. Yeah, all boy. Local guy out,
Or what?
Man, I remember when those beers were $5 at the bar. Fuck.
Oh, bro.
Back in the days. Shit. But yeah, I think there's, I'm always for like freedom of choice. Anything that's to do with freedom of choice. So if you're adult enough. I don't think you need the government to tell us what to do. Like when they put out laws that treat us like little kids. Like if they got concerns, like for me, like education is a big deal. Education, culture. I think culture is a big deal.
It's massive,
Especially drinking, binge drinking culture we have here in New Zealand now. Always the case when you watch these American movies, people don't binge drink on TV. The Americans don't have the binge drinking sort of thing, but people do get drunk there. But the culture's not there. So, but we've challenged cultures before, and now it's become normalized. Like the smoking thing. Like I remember going out back in the days, you're allowed to smoke cigarettes inside the bars.
Mm.
You're allowed to smoke cigarettes in bloody McDonald's. Back when I was a kid, like in the mall.
Even on
They
the airplane.
had the trash bin in the mall with the sand on top. We can put your cigarette out inside the mall, so you can smoke anywhere. I remember coming out of the clubs back in the days, and your clothes would be smelling of cigarettes. Like now we've got rid of smoking. Now you think about smoking inside it, you can't even think of it. That culture's changed.
Yeah.
Plastic bags. They banned plastic bags. When they did that the first time, it was like, hey, how are we going to carry our stuff? Now it's just normalized. Don't even think about plastic bags anymore, You just buy a paper bag or you get a bag from the supermarket, So culture can change. The culture can change. And so without alcohol culture, it can change. It can change. It's proven that culture can change. We just got to change it to be better.
Be better, you're right. 100%, man.
Change it to be better. But I don't think the solution is treating us like little kids and giving us a slap on the wrist. Okay, like high school. When shit happens at high school, then they change the rules at high school.
What?
Okay,
No more wrestling.
kids not allowed to do this anymore.
No more wrestling.
Because
No WCW. Yeah.
you can't do it. When the government starts doing that, man, like, come on, man, fuck. And you got to feel for the family of that store owner that got killed. Like they got robbed. The Indian store owner in Manurewa. That's why this law has come up, because the death of that liquor store owner in Manurewa. And but like you said, Eddie, before, like 9 p.m. it's not gonna change anything. Like if people gonna rob the stores, they're gonna rob the stores before 9 p.m. You know,
They'll find a way. Like
people find a way.
people are tenacious, man.
Yeah, but nah, man, I don't like it when the government comes out with laws like this. It might not be this law, can be another law. You know, I had the example of the no smacking law. You know, but everyone's different, man. Everyone's different. Everyone's got different experiences. Everyone, you know what says, oh, this doesn't happen to me, happens for a lot of other people. You know, you're always gonna get that, and you got to find the middle ground.
Yeah.
But laws like this ain't the middle ground. That's just a blanket law. Like, okay, one person stuffed up, so everyone has to suffer. You know?
Yeah.
So,
100%. Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, if you want to change the culture, then it starts with education. It starts with we can change the culture. Like me, I don't drink like I used to do back in the days when I was younger. I don't think I cut down a lot. But oh man, it's an interesting thing to talk about, eh? Interesting to get different viewpoints too. Any last words on that one, boys? Let's go grab a beer from the fridge. I'll be back. No. Yeah, man. We haven't done this segment for a long time now. I don't know why I dropped off, but what's been trending on your social media? Whenever you're sitting on the whaliwila and you're scrolling on your phone, what's been giving you was making you scroll back to watch the whole thing? I'll start with you, Eddie.
Mine's been the breakdancer.
Oh yeah,
It's going viral.
so that's still going, eh? You think
it's not stopping. So one was the Scarvale, and the back window had the chick laid back, and her legs was the wiper.
Wiper blade.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, man, that's still going, man. But you know what's sad about that whole thing? Like, no one knows about any other the b-boys that was on there. Like, who won it? I don't know who the name of the guy who won it. I don't even know any other.
I have seen
and that's the sad thing about it, eh? Like, she's so viral.
Yeah.
Her act was so not breakdancing that she got viral, right? Everybody's talking about it, not talking about the gold medal winner of breakdancing.
Even the
that's the real story. And that's sad, eh?
It's sad, bro. Even the Australian guy, her partner, the male counterpart, he was mean, bro. Like he had a mean routine. Like it looked like he was going too hard to try and make up for her. Like, oh man, it was. And I think it has it's spoiled breakdancing as a sport.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you think about breakdancing, you think about the old school and the originators of it. If you go back on YouTube and you look at breakdancing in the 80s, you see the cardboard, they're on the cardboard on the streets of New York,
Yeah.
All those b-boys back in the days, they grew out of hip-hop, man, and that's a cultural thing, right?
Yep.
And they took it around the world. I think the first group was the Rocksteady crew in the 80s. They took it around the world, and in Germany and all Europeans started doing it. But man, the stuff that I saw of the Australian, not even the stuff that were taken around the world. You got to appreciate the art form. And that art form, I don't know what that's from, man. That's not that. Oh man, and you got to go back to the American reactions to this, right? You got to go back to the African American reactions to this, the true hip hop guys, where it came from. You got to go back to them, what they say.
Yeah.
And it's all about spreading the culture, but I don't think it's about spreading the culture in your own way.
It's the PhD in hip hop that, for me, come again.
But then there's people talking about the bullying side of it.
Yeah.
That. Yeah, but that's social media. To me, that's social media.
Yeah.
It's you can't control that. Then if you wanna ignore it, stay off it. But I don't know. That's just me. Man, we're doing the podcast for ages. People say shit about what we say sometimes, and that's just for you guys on the comments. It's not for me. Yeah.
I just started following Sawfoot, Boxfoot, Sawside Boxfoot. So so the bro's doing classes done at on Lincoln Road now.
Yeah.
So get it, the bro nons on
where the old Blitz used to be.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure. I know it's So 111 Lincoln Road. I didn't know with it. It came up spotlight. So I was like, oh, you know where that is, mate.
Yeah.
So until Non's here, takes a photo of where the location is. But yeah, just been watching like just stories of anything. Stories of like people posting on Insta. And yeah, that's it. And just pretty much what the sport, Just looking forward to all the sport that was going on this weekend.
Yeah, speaking of fitness classes and Nonu, his new gym. I saw on social media. I saw a snippet of Nate Noah and Nixon's podcast.
Yep.
They had a topic on the F45, or not the BTF gyms. How someone got caught having sex in the
Surely.
sex in the showers, and then apparently it happens all the time in all the some gyms like that, man. Like people hooking up.
That's probably why my mate in his school wasn't supposed to go there, man. Fucking hell.
But I get it, because when you like F45, like when you go to F45, like there's always the fit people. Go there, like of course you might get some of that, like hookups going on, like.
G'day, man. G'day, I'll sit you.
G'day, long arm, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Was that a BTF?
Good looking people in those places, man. Like, sure you're gonna get some of those hookups going on.
Man. I see you all in hell, you sinners.
But now I saw that little bit, and just the trending stuff I've seen is there's that one with the show me your money. Give me your money.
Oh yeah.
Like everyone is doing that, and then the last person that says it, no one claps.
Yeah.
And it's like they get bummed out. So I don't even know where that started from, but see that all the time.
Now that show me your money one. I saw Islanders doing that first.
Yeah.
And then now it's like it's in the States now.
What was it?
I've only seen a couple. I've only seen a couple of American families doing that.
Yeah, that the Americans are doing now.
The guy who's on Iron Man.
Oh, what?
The black dude.
Oh, the black dude. Oh, is it?
What was his name? But I know he's one of the guys on Iron Man. He did it like in a character. It's like, fuck. He's like doing the shh, doing the deep breath. He's look away and look down the camera. He goes, "Give me my money." The two people next to them just walked off like, oh no.
And the other thing I've seen on social media is the very, very demure, very mindful thing. So it kept coming up on my phone. I was like, what the hell is this? So I looked into it, and apparently there was this chick that in America that did this. She was talking about her hairdo and all that. And like, look, it's very demure. It's very mindful. I'm gonna drink this drink. It's very demure, very mindful. It's like, it was like something like that. And it went viral. And then next minute, Jennifer Lopez is doing it. Like actual American celebrities are doing it, And it's like going now. I've seen like it comes up on my screen like 2 or 3 times now with different people around the world saying that same thing. So it's funny what goes viral and what doesn't,
Yeah.
Like the most random stuff,
It gets viral and then it gets annoying.
Yeah, exactly. All right, boys, moving on. Should we do Fia Poko of the week?
Yeah. It's been an interesting week with us Fia Poko of the weeks, man. I've actually got 4. I think I've got 4 Fia Poko of the weeks. And this one's from Insta. It's from Martin Tips, and it's a wedding. It's a wedding party, and it's the guy pushing the wedding cake to the bridal couple. But man, like in some function rooms, the obviously the dance floor's a bit elevated because it has that step. But I don't know what he's doing. Poor dude, because the cake's quite big, he's pushing it towards the dance floor, and obviously the casters on the bottom of the table must be the smallest. Just as he gets there, man, the table tips, man. But being good spirit to the bridal party, like they didn't flip out or anything, but they just were like, oh shit, it actually landed on its face. Yeah. They're like cheering, man. But at that moment there, have a look at the help behind her. She turns around, and then obviously the other help behind her, like just says, oh shit, like he just dropped it. So I think the Fia Poko in that video would have to be the lady walking beside her, probably carrying the knife in that, and the other like waiting staff.
She turned around, eh?
She turned around, like,
I don't want any of the
like,
smoke,
be
man.
be professional in the moment, okay? I was like, yeah, I felt sorry for the dude, because all he's doing is like, hey, you, Chinese guy, come, push, and then he's like, okay. So Fia Poko goes to those two ladies who did that, smiling and saw it fall and then turned around. Like, it's gonna fall. Like, fuck. You could have said heads or tails, heads or tails. Like, there's no hope. Like, hate women like that, man. This is disgusting.
I'm not gonna lie, they make it look pretty nice.
But of all ways to land, they like flat on space.
Perfect. It's like,
yeah. So sticking with the wedding thing, this one's going to be fire. And there's another one from Instagram. Is the bridal man? See, this is what happens when people don't listen to our earlier episodes. So Candace has been saying, man, leave the dance interests to the palangis. But for every islander who didn't see every episode after that, yeah, have a watch of this one. This is why we say do not do the dance entrance. So this guy obviously said it's gonna be a surprise. It's gonna be lit. Then he does a roundhouse flip, head over toe. But instead of landing it, his poor wife has become the mat, and he fully does a flip. So if you could imagine like someone like Peter Graham doing his rolling thunder, this dude does 2 rolling thunder legs, and he lands it on his missus' back, and she just goes face plants. Like, oh. If she was like in the UFC or in the K1, that's KO, But man, see, this is why we say don't do any dance interests at your wedding, man. That's the whole reason why you don't do it. But yeah, I think he gets a Fia Poko.
She wasn't ready for it. She was like fully blindfolded.
So there's another one here. It's from Rico Shorts, was it Simmons? And this is like a blind guy chucking his lapisi into the bin. And man, you gotta. It's a prank, right? But it's the way he's trying to chuck this bag into the bin, and it's the help that comes to like assist him. And like, he obviously he's got a cane and everything, and like, man, the way these Maoris like react, they like, I laugh because it's like, man, that's how I react too, man. But it's this poor lady here, like she goes, here, go on, honey, just chuck your bag in there. And he goes to throw the bag, and then the bag rips, man, and whatever's inside, it goes in her mouth. But in the spirit of good health, she just like swallowed some of it, spat the rest of it out. She goes, that's okay, honey. Like, she forgive him, man. Like,
not the lapisi wine.
Not the holy water.
Not the holy water.
This guy here, like, reminded me of my Tongan uncle. And he was, my shit, that money. And like, was straight up going, you're lucky you're blind, not die against you. Like, he would have just given him a hiding. But he didn't. Like, good spirit, man. Like, yeah, I just had to laugh. Like, man, I can imagine that. But imagine if whatever was in their bag was dog shit. No. But yeah, this guy goes over the top of his pranks, eh?
That last guy, he was good about it, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's blind. He didn't know.
And the last one is from Sup Mr. Dave, and this is a sushi prank. So obviously people are just like when you go to Costco, and you see some new like products, and they give you a taste test, sampler on the front. So this guy's obviously got samples of all the sushi laid out in front of him. But what people don't realize is that there's a guy who's making the sushi, and instead of rolling it with the wet like tea towel and putting it in the bamboo wrap, he's licking it like he's rolling a cigarette. He's like giving it a good lube. And what's funny is that people are picking it up, eating it, and they're watching him lick the sushi.
Yeah, I like how he does it once they put it in their mouth. Like,
but all right. But you know what? I'm safe to say they are all palangi, so there's no islanders mai at this little prank going on here. But just the what the.
I wonder if they socially changed the prank and made it like an attractive blonde lady was licking it, and like, would they still eat it?
Very hard out there. Hard out.
Uno reverse cars.
Yeah, that's
not the comeback for seconds.
Absolutely.
I seen a social media video of ice cream parlor that does how they serve their ice cream is like real sexual, and all the girls come to this ice cream parlor.
Yeah.
The way he does the ice cream and gives it to them, like he actually puts them in ice cream in their face for them to lick it.
Sorry.
Hey man, better ways to make money, eh?
Send
I'll
a link.
leave those for you guys to choose, man.
Oh yeah. I think I'm gonna go with the girl that walks away, the first one.
The cake.
Man, she walked away. She didn't want the smoke, man. She walked away. Didn't even help when the cake dropped.
Oh, yeah. But he does that, eh? Because I bet you the guy was just standing there doing nothing. He said, "You," and he immediately come. Okay, push this out there. Yeah. So yeah, that's what happens, eh? You're a senior member of staff because you are supposed to deal with all that shit. What about you, Eddie? Did you have one?
I'll go with the wedding one, the dance.
The guy,
Yeah,
the groom.
when the guy saw that, he should have told the girl, "Hey, I'm gonna do a reverse hurricane, 360 turn, backflip." And she'd be like, "Oh yeah, sweet, I'll go left." But
You
nah.
know, I'll agree with you there, Oos. I'll pick that one. But you know what made me laugh, Oos? Is that after he landed his rolling thunder on his shoulders, and then he saw her fall, right? And then he tried to pick her up. But the thing is, if you watch carefully, he's like still dancing. Like, hello, you just fully like concussion misses, and he's dancing.
He's trying to play it off. Nah,
Yeah,
bro, you
he's
don't
trying to
call
play
it
it off,
4K.
4K, man. That's the thing, eh? People recording at your weddings, man.
You gotta call like a 4K news.
So it's a two-way tie with the gonna be fire and the wedding cake. Man, the help they just turned their back on what just happened there. It's disgusting. Those are our two Fia Pokos of the week, man.
Nice boys. I'm gonna do our Uppercut Yourself award. So we got some nominees and the stories that we've heard today with the topics. My nominee goes to the her name is Louise Upston. She's the social development minister from the government.
Yeah.
That brought out that said after she got asked the question, so what happens to the beneficiaries that lose out on the entire benefit? And she said, "Oh, I'm not sure."
Nah, bro,
That
100%.
she gets my Uppercut Yourself award, mate.
100%.
How about you?
Nah, I fully agree on
guys
that
got
one.
anyone?
Yo,
I've got one from the page, Oos, and this is a guy who worked in security, and he goes into the boss. Or she must be like a boss or something. But it's funny because he got in trouble for not being at the meeting, and they're going back and forth at it. But if I can just play the audio, where the fuck were you? You didn't show up to the meeting. I don't need to be at the meeting. I just get paid to stand in one spot. Like, he was really like passionate. Like when he was like, he's obviously Asian, but as soon as he started using the English, it's like, man, he was really angry. Like, shut the fuck up.
yeah, the
Like
thing
her.
is, would she understand?
Exactly. Like on the third time, you think like she was gonna be quiet, but she still keep raising her voice. That's why I was like, oh, she needs an uppercut, man. But yeah, that was my nominee. Did you have one, Eddie?
No, I went with Cam's one.
Oh, yeah.
I think Cam's mic's muted.
Oh shit. Yeah, I just want to make shout out to Tana Valeni, host of the 135 Footy Show, who posted up a video, and the headline is "When the Haka Goes Wrong." It's an old game, eh? It's the New Zealand Māori versus the Cook Islands.
Yeah.
And we all know the Cook Islands are the original Māoris. They sailed navigated the seas to get to Aotearoa from the Cook Islands. But yeah, man, this is when Haka goes wrong, or was it just what Tana said, not the overhyped before the kickoff vibes? So I just want to play a little bit of it. So this is a schoolboys, is it? Or club game?
Must
No,
be
they
like
look pretty old.
Looks like a top side.
So yeah, the Cook Island team does Haka right on their face. Then it ends up to be a scrap. I think it's that number 8 over there.
The one in the middle, is it?
He gets pushed, and then he comes back with a forearm. comes back with a roundhouse there. And he comes back, boom.
Ui.
And then- oh, mate.
You know what's funny though? Look at all those guys standing at the back, like trying not to get involved. You just finished doing the haka and you're already below.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's how good it is.
All right, boys. Moving on. We've got a food review for us, Let.
Yeah, man. Bro. One of the beautiful things about driving out to Mangere, which I no longer do very often because I used to work out there, is there's a takeaways out there, and I think the last food review I ever did out in Mangere was the Mangere Bakery that's in the shopping centre. But I took a photo of the shop, and the name of the shop is where is it? Nah, they tell me I did these ones. It's Sun Tasty Barbecue and Takeaways. So this is located to the right of the Woolies that's in the the famous way or the parades was happening. So in that car park across the road from the Whare Mall that's in Mangere Town Centre. So I went in there, and I'll be honest, I'm gonna share how much I spent. I had $100 on me to buy some lunch for my family out of Mangere. And 6 choices got you a big tray, and this is a decent sized tray, right? I reckon on that one tray you'll be able to feed at least 10 people,
Wow.
if not a bit more. And that's compared to something like what you have here up at Mei Ling, which would be like the $68 plate. So this is only $50 in Mangere. And everyone knows that I rate highly Super Noodles' chicken nibbles. So I think the last time I got, I think it was like 50 chicken nibbles. It cost something like $64. So out at Sun Tasty Barbecue and Takeaways, 50 chicken nibbles for $50. Like that's a massive feed, man. Like, and yeah, so with the 8 kids that were there plus the 9 adults that were there, like sorry, I was almost gonna say, oh, you guys don't like the takeaways because there was still heaps left, man. Like, but that's how big the portions were.
Wow.
And the crispy chicken's gold, bro. Like, I've always known that crispy chicken and chicken nibbles has always been great. I used to always go there for the chicken on, the pork on rice. So their pork on rice back in the day used to be like $13.50. Then after lockdown, they went up $15. But I'm giving their chicken nibbles a rating out of 5. Bro, I'm gonna hit it with the 5 stars, man. Like the chicken nibbles are the bomb, and like even when they're cold, like I always rate Super Noodles, but like in comparison to these guys, nah, man, Super Noodles gonna take a second place to these dudes, man, because they're quick and they got a lot of stuff on, and like the wait time. So I only waited like maybe 5 minutes, but they had our food ready and in the trays. But the portion sizes there, like you can't go past the portion sizes for $50. 6 different meals, and yeah, that compared to whatever they're selling out west is just smashes it, eh? So yeah, if anyone's looking for some decent meals for $100, go into this place, man, because they do a lot of they do a lot of family trays, man, and like the average price is like $48. So they do everything like small trays, barbecue pork and roast duck, small trays of roast duck and soy sauce and chicken, little trays of soy duck and soy sauce chicken, ikwi young, fried rice, pretty much everything you'd see in like the European Chinese takeaways. But if you're gonna go in there, bro, you gotta taste their roast duck, roast pork, and their barbecue pork. Like, bro, second to none, man. But that's just my shopping with going to eat there, man. But yeah, man, decent meal like for $100, but like that's a lot of food, man. Like showing up and like, so for example, like if you see the Bain Maries that they have at like most catering places, like their big trays, like that's a full big tray. Like that's gonna fill that easy. Like the chicken nibbles and the Chinese. So yeah, man. Worth the drive, eh? Worth the drive. Yeah, 5 stars for me, man. Both meals. And the chop suey was good too, man. I was like, man, the chop suey was good. It's like, see. Like, my sister, she goes, in the chop suey. And I was like, have you had the chop suey? And she goes, yeah, I've been here before. I was like, oh, I thought it was like just me, but nah, the chop suey was good. It's island tasting,
What's the name of the place again?
That's Sun Tasty Barbecue and Takeaways, Mangere. So that's in the town
nice.
center.
Yo,
Sweet.
I got one as well.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
Me, Sipiti, and Vaughan went up to Avondale, and there's a little taco shop on the corner on the main road of Avondale called Toko's Tacos. That's nice. And it's a Tongan
Damn, I
family.
like the name. I love the
Yeah,
name.
that's,
Tacos, tacos, man.
yeah.
That
But
is got a nice
it's,
off the tongue. Hey, it comes off the tongue real nicely.
man, even the labeling, everything was good. The service was good. The food was amazing, eh? And they had fish tacos, beef tacos, and like pulled brisket, everything. And from when I was talking to the guy, his family's from Arizona, and they lived in an area where there weren't many Polynesians. They were kind of a bit far from their family, so they were surrounded by Mexicans, and so they just learned how to cook their me'ai. And then they moved back to New Zealand to visit family, and they decided to stay and set up the business. And man, it's a nice spot, also, and really friendly service. But yeah, I just want to make a shout out to Tokos Tacos in Avondale.
Nice.
Nice. Whereabouts in Avondale again?
It's on the main road.
Whereabouts?
When you hit that roundabout where the Hollywood cinema is, you
Yep.
turn left and you keep going. You see on your right, it's got really beautiful red signage with some Tongan patterns on it. It's really nice. Eh? Their color scheme is maroon and yellow, so it's really good.
Nice,
Yes.
nice. I realized we skipped our sports section,
Oof.
so we'll just touch on that. So, yeah, man, a lot of good sport happening in the weekend. All Blacks got the Eden Park record intact.
Yo.
Since 1994 was the last time they lost. So
How many games?
50. This is the 50th game they've won
Wow.
straight at Eden Park.
Eden,
Now,
damn.
I don't know what the numbers are, but I'm guessing the reason why we got a good record at Eden Park, because every year Eden Park's not the first game of the season. I reckon Eden Park's like the second or third game.
Yeah.
So the All Blacks every year the All Blacks will have 2 games to warm up and to be
Yeah.
at their peak on the third game or the second game, which is at Eden Park. I reckon that's the case, which makes their chances of winning there much higher. And because they've got a bad record at Wellington, I'm guessing Wellington is pretty much always the first game of the season. So you always meet up with a rusty All Blacks team with their first game of the year, sort of thing, you know. So
Yeah.
I guess that's if you want to beat the All Blacks, that's your best chance to play them on the first game of the season, you know. And you can't give the All Blacks games under their belt before they head to Eden Park,
Yeah.
because by that time happens, they're already the machine. They're already turned into the machine once they get to Eden Park after
True that.
after 2 games in or something
That's
like
why
that.
the 2011 World Cup final was in Eden Park.
Well, I'm just assuming that, but I'm guessing that's a good explanation why we got a good record at Eden Park. And I was supposed to check up the stats. I'm supposed to go online and check up how many times Eden Park was the second or third game of the year. Yeah, so it'd be interesting to know that. Yeah.
But
Did you guys catch the All Blacks game?
No, I didn't catch it. But who were the standout performers of that game? Was
Vai.
Six.
Wow,
Yeah, he had a good game. Especially knowing the rules, because I watched the first half and then All Blacks ran away with it. I was like, oh, boring. Like, you know, it's gonna be in the score like 100-0 or something like that. Nah, it wasn't. But you know, when the All Blacks get on the roll like that, it's like, oh, turn it over, because you know what's gonna win. They're gonna win, you know. So, but I gave it to Pumas to like sort of mess up that game, because they made some crucial mistakes in the first half that led to 2 tries, 2 quick All Black tries.
Yeah.
Like especially with the halfback of Argentina, Bertrano. So he took too long getting the ball out of the scrum, and the ref blew the whistle. Oh, it took too long, mate. And that was right on the Argentina's line, and All Blacks scored after that. But he did another mistake too. I think he must have missed a tackle or something. And yeah, but yeah, it wasn't a really good game, I thought. Yeah. Yeah, man, like we touched on before, some of the club games happened in the weekend. Congratulations to Custom Boys, first 15, making it to the final. Auckland 1A final against St. Kitts.
Yeah, it should be against St. Kitts. Should be a good game.
So-
They're eating, man.
Yeah. Because last year it was at Wanameda, the final
Yeah, yeah.
1A final.
Yeah. there was with the club as well. They all
Yeah.
played because of the weather, because of all the wet fields around Auckland.
I didn't go to the game, but there was some sort of controversy with what happened after the game. So I saw on social media some Kelston supporters were complaining about the hospitality treatment at Auckland Grammar, because obviously Auckland Grammar hosted the game. They lost, and there were comments of sore losers and don't host if you're not gonna bring any hospitality, and sounds like it was like sore losers happening over there. But I thought the whole bringing the food and all that was in the clubs, not schools. But apparently it's at schools too.
It's always been like first 15 after matches.
Yeah.
Home side always provide the spread.
But that's what they said. Apparently, this is from inside knowledge from one of the staff, and they told us that this is college sport. They didn't need to because it's a semi, and it was just for during the year. That was their excuse. But I mean, if that had happened out at the block, bro, someone custom first 15 after matches are like Fia Poko.
Hey,
like, bro, it's like. We back ourselves and we pride ourselves on doing on a sickly after meal, bro. Like, we feed the supporters too. Like, that's how far. Like, gone are the days they used to have it up in the staff room. Now they have it in the auditorium, in the Jubilee auditorium, bro. So like, they put out tables like it's a 21st or it's a wedding, man. So, but I did message the bro. Like, I hope we're not gonna sink to that level. Like, we just do our thing. Like, we just keep it Kali, feed whoever, But. Yeah, but I mean, apparently they turned the hot water off. There was no hot water, and then the game was played in the rain. But telling supporters they were to go stand on the field instead of in the grandstands. Like, that's that's shocking, eh? That's how fights start, man. That's how the fights start,
Well, who okayed those actions there? Because he needs to uppercut himself.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna do nominee. The balangi that told the supporters to go on the field.
Yeah, turn off the hot water.
Turn off the whole water.
Right. Like, who does that, man? I know that number 2, like, if you get hosted down in Kelston, Ikaele, that showers that they have for the visiting teams, bro, that's the hottest water because that's connected to the tuck shop. So their Vela never runs out. Whereas if you're in Kelston's change, bro, you got 15 minutes before the white Vela's gone, man. But apparently they've been kaile down at the Twingamala Beam Pavilion and the gym park. Bro, that's shocking, man. Like, come on, grandma. you trying to tell me you got all those boys and they're not paying their fees, there's no hot water. Okay.
And then NRL, so the Warriors lost again. Sean Johnson played. I think he announced his retirement a week earlier. So his last game's at Go Stadium next week. I think. But yeah. But it's funny because the chat that I'm on, the 135 footy so chat, all the wild supporters on the chat were hating on SJ, man. Like, apparently he had a Gaia game. Like, there's the messages came up on the chat. Oh, retire already. Oh man, you know.
Bro, I knew people would remember long enough. I touched on it. Like, when he was playing their game against the Titans, like, he knew he wasn't fit to play. Yeah, he started up a new podcast and he had to explain himself on the podcast. Like, he had a reason. But he doesn't get it, man. Like, the fans are the fans, man. The fans is what is 80% of why guys want to put on their jersey and play for the club. But in his mind, it means something else. You know what I mean? And this is the guy who was pretty much front runner for the Daily M Award last year. Like, how can you have, like, after that year that he had last year, and then all of a sudden turn into this cripple, aging SJ? Like, that's inexcusable. Like, when I hear some of the supporters coming to the shop and they share, like, man, it's disappointing hearing him share his piece on the podcast. At least wait till after the season, man. Like, it's like,
exactly.
Fuck you. Oh man, but
exactly, because now when you play like shit, apparently he played like shit. I don't watch it, but apparently he did, according to the chat. According to the Wire supporters, hard out Wire supporters. Yeah, you should have said your retirement after the season, so we don't get any two faults.
Oh,
Like, we'll put it down to, oh shit, he had a bad game. Not because you're retiring, they can't. That's why you're paying. You don't care anymore, he can't.
And you
You're
know what?
retiring
And
me.
his podcast would have benefited from it all. Hey, his podcast would have benefited from it. Like, say they had a stage that, like, hey, you know what?
Big announcement.
Yesterday he's got his family on the field. He's got his kids on the field. Hold up, he's left his boots on the halfway. That would have been a spectacle for the podcast. But now he's already fucking said it. Everyone's already hating on him. So he's pretty much doing it himself, bro. And it's like, bro, his demise of his form, and it's just it's falling apart, man. Like, he didn't have to go on his own podcast and do it, bro. Like, fuck, come on. And it's like stupid, man.
Sweet boys. Anything else on sports you guys want to touch on?
Yeah, the Richmond Rovers, bro, and that game against Pepakura, both games was. So I watched the women's, man.
It was on YouTube, eh?
It was on YouTube. It was live streamed, bro, and I fell asleep, bro, and I opened my eyes and I just seen the Pepakura women jumping up and down. They came back from the death, bro. They were like down 12. I think it was 12-0. They led most of the game. And then, bro, Pepakura women just came out of nowhere, bro. Just started just piling on the points, eh? And, bro, well deserved, bro. Like, that's finals 48 is never say die, man. Like, with 2 minutes left, they literally got in front, man. You know? And if had they got the kick from the sideline, shit, they would have put them out by a try. But in the end, they held on to win, man. But that's just a team full of ex-Kiwi players, you know? That pretty much went over from Mineral to Pepakura. It was the same with the guys' game, man. Like, it was one of those games like, don't tell me Richmond's given up. It was like, bro, they had a sin bin in the last 10 minutes. Pepakura came back and did one of those Penrith ones to the Eels, man. They scored 2 tries in 5 minutes, put them up. And then they ended up drawing. They went to extra time. And yeah, there's that 1 point that separated both clubs. But I mean, what a win, eh? Especially at Go Stadium grandstand was semi-full. It was good. It's good for them to win some cutlery and put it in the cabinet, man. Especially because Uncle Rob's from Greyland, possibly back in the day, you know. So it's just good to see Ponsonby and Richmond doing well this year. So what a final, bro. Like, if anyone wants to watch it, man, go watch it. Go and watch and see how you can almost lose a game. And then you can actually see how you lose a game as well. So now it's good watch for the Auckland Rugby League.
Yeah, I love how Auckland Rugby League uses the resources available for people to watch, like YouTube. Like, they might not be the best cameraman and all that kind of stuff, commentary, but hey, man, at least it's there for people to watch, eh? Like,
and then,
at least it's something.
Wednesday night footy,
Yeah, man. And so, you just wish with all the money NZR has, man, do something like that with your clubs, man. Auckland Club Rugby scene, or, just do something to get it to the public, man. But, yeah, man, good stuff, Auckland Rugby League. What have we been watching? Any movies, TV shows this week? Yeah, the good one last week, Eddie, with Unsolved Mysteries. It was a popular one on social media. I had to go watch it too. I watched the episode. I watched the old school one because you can get the old school one on Amazon.
Oh, yo. Oh, man.
Yeah, man.
And if there's one that everyone remembers, they'll be like, oh, I'll give you a ride. Yeah, I'm trying to watch that one.
I'm still watching Unsolved Mysteries, eh? I'm trying to finish the 4th season. Still fifth in Valley, man. No, I'm still watching.
Still watching that? Oh, okay. How about you, Let's?
Same old, man. But I did watch I watched the episode of the 3 girls who got wrongfully accused and did prison time. But man, like, stories like that, man, they surface after. Like, that happened in 99 and they got sentenced in 2000, but just shows the holes in the justice system in New Zealand, and just how, like, girls that, who was when they got, the police used an eyewitness statement to prosecute these girls, and, like, you can't change history. Like, whatever happened to them happened, and it's just the course of their life, and then sort of the trauma that they still carry today, which was like a good watch, but it was just sad, but yeah, that's when you hear one of the girls and her parents share about the experiences that they were going through, like not being able to work, the dad going out of his way to try and get them out. Like, it's a good watch, man. I think that was covered by Australia Crime Story.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you watched that too, eh?
Yeah. It's good. It's sad how the police kind of angled the witnesses. Like, one of the guys they blurred his face. He pointed at the girls that he recognized, and the police officer was like, "Don't you mean these three?" And pointed at different 3 photos. I was like, "Oh man,
Yeah.
yeah."
Well,
Yeah.
those ones, those good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, and they were intimidating this other young girl who saw the whole thing. They said these were the girls you saw, right? You know,
Yeah.
and then
It's that bullying, eh?
they're doing
Bullying
they're doing those. You know what we do. You know what power we have. And she
Yeah.
was so young, she just caved and look. And she apologized. She went to the prison and apologized to him.
Yeah. But shout out to the old man for pulling through to hire
Yeah,
the
bro. Oh man,
PI
man,
and
bro.
then, but that's it, man. Like, yeah, it just shows like if one of your kids got incarcerated and at the age of 16 and they got done as adults, man, he would go sit outside the prison and it,
Yeah.
like, you know, wondering his baby and
Like,
yeah.
After visiting, he'll say
Put on the
goodbye
strings, eh?
and keep coming back and waving
Yeah.
through the glass. And like, man,
Yeah.
that just reminds me of every island dad, you know?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Especially when it comes to
bro.
their daughters, eh? Like island dads
Yeah,
and their
man.
daughters, it's different. You know, with us boys,
That's
man, we got the kilipi around the ears and we have to go outside. But with the girls, no, man, you stay inside.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, just watched that one as well, and then going off the back of the T-Penny stuff last year, I actually found another last week I found another one of like just something on YouTube of a lady who worked at a morgue when she was from the UK, and she was just giving like an insight of like how disrespectful that the New Zealand morgue association is and stuff with like with burials and that.
Yeah.
I mean embalming. So yeah, and that and my what's been on Cooking with Rena. Yeah, the family's the bomb, made that full family. But now that's all I've been watching. Same old regular stuff.
Oh, yep. I started watching a new series, eh? It's on Neon on Sky Soho. It's called Industry.
Ooh.
And there's, I think, because I'm catching up, eh? So season 3 starts now, but I have to catch up with season 1 and 2. I finished season 1, started season 2. But it's called Industry. It's a new HBO program. It's about these students that finish university and go work in London in a financial firm. And this is straight after the recession in 2008, the mortgage recession. So it's like Wall Street America is trying to recover, and the same thing in London. The financial district in London is trying to recover. But the program is about these students going as interns. So they finish university, they're interns into this financial company in London, and they're trying to score jobs there. So they're only giving away 3 jobs, or 4 jobs, or 5 jobs or something. But there's like 30 new interns. So each of the interns get a mentor to work with and a manager. So they're doing all the stock market stuff. Like they're on the floor. When you go into the stock market, you see it's real busy. Well, there's people on the floor just screaming in their telephones and trying to, talking to their clients, giving advice, financial advice and all that. So it's like that kind of stuff. But it's pretty cool if you're into like business or sales, because at the end of it, they're all salespeople, and it's all about the cutthroat world of sales in that environment, inside a stock, what it's like in a stock exchange, what it's like being a stockbroker, a financial advisor, and how ruthless that environment is. It's all about money, and it gives you the sense of, if you worked in that environment, you'll probably change you. You'll probably start being like a greedy person. Everything, you're there to make money, and that's the bottom line, and that's everything. That's your life in front. That's making money in front of everything. And I think this program is about just that environment and how it changes the lives of these interns, and it's real interesting. It's like, it's real hardcore too. There's a lot of adult stuff that happen, and it's like and they normalize stuff. Like they always have their parties, they always have drinks after work, and they're snorting cocaine. It's like normal. It's like having a beer, It's like, so all that kind of stuff too. But it's the drama around the interns, like they're hooking up with each other, and and you follow this girl from America. She dropped out of college in America, and she somehow became an intern without revealing her qualifications.
yeah.
She got no qualifications, so she just kind of faked her. She faked her her certificate, her bachelor's or whatever it was. So she's in there, and she's trying to make it. But yeah, it's if you're into all that stuff, if you're into like sales and what it takes to be a salesperson, and if you like money, if you like business, and this is like the dark side of it. This is like what you have to be if you want to make money.
Yeah.
Like you got to be that type of person to be
Heartless.
Huh? Heartless, yeah.
Heartless,
Yeah.
fearless.
Heartless,
Like,
fearless, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like that, that movie Wall Street with Charlie Sheen and what's his name? And Michael
know.
Douglas, Gordon Gekko. It's like if you want to be like him, this is what you got to be. Like this is the start of it. Eh? So, yeah, it's real interesting. It makes you think about, why the people that make money are you gotta have no heart. It's like
And why their personalities are so different.
why their personalities like
They're
that,
not so
real hard out,
yeah.
hardcore, like always on the edge all the time, and you wonder why, because they snort cocaine and they're always high, always like making moves,
Yeah.
It's like fuck, you can't keep up with that kind of shit, eh? So yeah, it's called The Industry, and we're up to season 3, so yeah, I've been watching that. Sweet boys, yeah, man, getting down to the last words. Start with you, Eddie.
No, just be kind, man. Like, everyone out there, just like look after one another, especially times are getting tough with money and whatnot. So yeah, be vigilant and yeah, just look after your loved ones. That's me.
Nice.
Thank you, Ray. Man, I suppose is to the guy who's running the Auckland Rugby Facebook page, man. If anyone knows the guy's identity, or if you're listening, just wanna give you a piece of 5 cents, my 5 cents advice for you. Just relax, man. Yeah, sometimes the powers hear more than what you think is going on in the world. It's funny that like all I did was just share like a quote from Falatoi last weekend. Shout out to Falatoi Benny. If you don't know him, if you hear me give his flowers for the last 5 seasons, and he's been in Auckland for the last 3. Like he actually won a title with Ponsonby, but left and ended up going down south. He's down in Southland and he got a second start just this week. So yeah, so to the guys running the Auckland Rugby Facebook page, bro, you must be Samoan, bro, because you got the fools to reply to everybody seeing that their island names. So in saying that, like my talk along saying I say every week, Kila Lele, Hetino.
All right.
Guys,
Nice one. All right, that's us for another week. Thanks, boys, for jumping on.
yo,
Thanks, Eddie. Thanks, Let's. Yeah, man, it's been fun. It's been fun, man, and enjoy talking to you guys and talking to everybody out there and everybody that's listening in. Thank you for supporting us, and yeah, man. Oh, still gonna do our giveaway.
yo.
Yeah, man. So we got another week, another week to send in. Yeah, another week to send in your draws, man. Is probably like 2 or 3 videos so far. Yeah, but now yeah, we'll have some merch ready for you, and we'll draw that probably next week on Father's Day. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, boys, that's us. Let's get the fuck out of here.